That is an unfortunate card for Angelico, because Angelico could definitely lose another bet here now. I would guess it would go check in this spot, and then a river, it would go bet call is probably how it's going to go down, but we'll see. Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here on the PokerStaples channel. Very exciting series coming up. This is the first ever episode, and I've got some live poker for you all. That's right, I've gotten some archives from PartyPoker, because they do a bunch of events, like these millions of events throughout the year, these 10,000 buy-ins last year. They're going to be 5,000 this year. So the Caribbean Poker Party went on this year, and it's been released by PartyPoker to the world. And I asked, hey, can I do commentary on this event and like give my own take on the hands and sort of relive this on my Twitch stream and for YouTube? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. So here you have my commentary on the Caribbean Poker Party from 2019. Now, I actually did commentary in the whole entire tournament, from day 1A all the way down to a winner, so we have a lot of coverage here. I'm going to break it down into episodes as we go and release it regularly for you all. So I'd love to hear what you think about the format. I'm really excited to see if you guys like watching a bit of live poker on this channel, or if you hate it, and that's okay too. It's totally up to you. It may not be your cup of tea. But we're going to try at least this one tournament, release some episodes, gather your feedback, and decide if we should do more. That's the plan. Enjoy the first ever episode of some live poker, Caribbean Poker Party 2019. Let's start it up, yeah? Let's get it going. So here's our feature table. Angelko Andrejevic, Carlos Kadha Villamarin. I don't know either of those two players. We got Ryan Reese, who we actually, the last time we did commentary, he was on the final table as well, of the 25K Super High Roller from the Millions UK 2018. So we got some more Ryan Reese action from America, sitting on 126 big blinds, World Series of Poker main event winner. Philip Datil, don't know Philip. Andrandros Kolonias, I don't know. Adrius Stakelis, I've heard that name before, but it might just be because there's steak in the name. And then Michael Gagliano, known as Gags in the poker community. He used to stream a little bit here on Twitch. Faraz Jaka, dude. Did I miss listing Faraz Jaka in there somehow? Anyways, three very well-known American poker pros: Ryan Reese, Faraz Jaka, Michael Gagliano. I'm going to refer to as Gags from now on. So pretty interesting. I don't know the rest of the opponents, but we'll see. What's up, Lucky 13 Poker? How's it going, man? Cheers. Thank you. 2020 is going to be a good year. We already won the Gladiator. So excited for the year. If D Hizzy, are you just commentating? We are going to watch this event first, but we have a home game later today, and we will be playing some poker later today. We're just going to start off with some live poker here and do a bit of commentary on this tournament. So that's the plan. Angelko. That's what we're going to roll with. I don't know anything about Angelko. We might do some research on the side here as we watch. Angelko Poker. And that's Gags, Michael Gagliano, right? Gagliano. Very early in the tournament, just under 100 bigs. Angelko Andrejevic, originally from Serbia, from Belgrade, lives in Miami. First on the Serbian all-time money list. But his list is American here, as you can see. We go three ways already. And wow, what a flop. 8-8-5. That's a good flop for Gags. There it is, kicking it off. Angelko with the open-ender here as well, with the 7-6 suited. So this guy's got 4 million in total live earnings. The best live cash is 1.1 million. This Angelko player. He won the Hong Kong 500K Super High Roller in Macau for 8.7 million Hong Kong, which is 1.1 million US. So he plays big, clearly. Played the 25K at the Hard Rock. He plays big. Okay, there we go. Would you do any PLO live comms from Twilight of the Beer Gods? For sure, dude. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing the PLO cash game that happened last night, or doing this 7 on the turn. That is an unfortunate card for Angelico, because Angelico could definitely lose another bet here now. I would guess it would go check in this spot. And then a river, it would go bet call is probably how it's going to go down, but we'll see. It does go check. And a queen of clubs in the end. Kind of a scary card here. Completes a backdoor flush. Another overcard. I mean, it's not the worst card in the deck, right? It's not super scary, but can Angelco get away from a pair of sevens here? This is tough. Tough one to get away from. So yeah, I was gonna do the PLO commentary actually, but it I didn't have an overlay for it that had the right thing up here, so I was like, okay, I'll just do that another day. Like, I'm gonna do this quite consistently. People seem to like it, so we're gonna keep doing this. And I enjoy doing it. I feel like after and we do get a call there. There we go. After I do commentary and stuff like this and really focus on the live games, I find that I play better online. Just because, I don't know, I start thinking about things the right way. I watch really good players make decisions, you know, all day, and sort of that hones me in a little bit and have a little bit more confidence in the decisions I make. When I see them do the same sort of things that I'm doing, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's good. Okay. You know, this good player thinks about it that way and all that. So yeah, we're going to keep doing this a bit. It says RIP in the middle top of the screen. It does, yeah. It's supposed to go beside Bitlord and Top Dono. There we go. It's there now. Means there's no Bitlord or Top Dono today. We do have 2 new subs today, though. We just started. Is it Philip or Philippe? I need thoughts in the chat. Philip or Philippe? Ryan Reese raises it up in the hijack, and Adrius with King Jack suited in the cutoff is going to call. It's such a great hand. Like, this is a slam dunk with King Jack suited. You're loving it. Now, of course, we can see that Ryan Reese has ace king. And the big blind calls as well. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop. There it is. Okay. 10-7-5. Everyone misses. No one has a pair. Ryan Reese has backdoor hearts. Is going to check. And action now on Adrius, who checks as well. Doesn't have enough to go for anything. 7 on the turn. This is actually a good card for Carlos, because Carlos called in the big blind, right? So Carlos has a hand like 7-4 suited, 7-5, 7-6, whereas the other 2 don't. So I wouldn't have been surprised to see a bluff from Carlos, but they check. Ryan checks as well, and Adrius checks. Okay, to the river. 10. Ryan Reese feels pretty good about his hand now. You probably would have heard from a 10 by now, or a 7 on the turn. So Ryan Reese has got to feel really comfortable with his hand. I would check if I was Ryan Reese, and then hopefully a bluff from Adrius. But let's see if Carlos goes for something here. If he is French, it's Philippe. Okay. There it is, Philippe. It seems like he's from Quebec. But PSR says Philip. I don't know. Carlos is betting 100,000. Yeah, I mean, this is hard for him to rep here. Exactly. Like, he would have probably bet a 10 before here, or a 7 before now. So he's representing very few hands. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Ryan Reese is going to call, and good call. Takes it down. Good call. What's up, Poop34? Glad to see you streaming. It's been a frustrating week at work. I'm actually wearing a hoodie today. I'm going to pull the hood up, put the headphones over, and block out the world. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Poop34. Sorry, it's been a crappy week, man. I've actually been watching your show a little bit. A little bit of CNBC myself this week. I found out they have a TV app which allows me to watch some of the highlights here in the UK. So, but hope you're feeling better, man. In the zone. 100K with a what? He had ace high, 2-pack poker. Folds around to Gags in the cutoff of Jack 6. Gonna let it go. Alexandros from Greece. All right, so we don't know much about this Alexandros guy.
Alex on the button.
Alexandros, Greece poker. See if we can get some information. Alexandros Papadopoulos. That's him. Total live earnings of 277,000. Best live cash of 45K. All right, and you know, there's some decent size events on here. 1500 World Series of Poker. We've got, assuming this is the same person, and I think it is. I couldn't tell you for sure, but I think it is. 1500 this summer. You got the 5K 6 max in Las Vegas. 1K, 1K, 5K. Yeah. So a lot of cash. Has been playing a lot of live poker. First cash is from 2012 Greek Poker Tour event. So I'm assuming that's the same. That is not Alexandros Papadopoulos. That's Alexandros Kolonias. All right, Sol is. Thank you for the info. I am wrong. So let me look up this player then. Different player. This player has 3.7 million in live cashes. First on the Greek all-time money list. Okay, so they're slightly different. Very different situations. Thank you, Soliz. So, wow. Okay. Largest cash is 1.2 million, which actually just happened, like, very recently. $1.2 million US dollars in the World Series of Poker Europe main event. He won. What? This guy won the World Series of Poker main event? Europe? In Rosvedal? This is the champion, dude. Alexandros. 10K, no limit hold'em, World Series of Poker Europe main event. Event number 14. 1.2 million. Wow. We have a World Series of Poker Europe main event champion on this table. And a main event from the US champion. We got two WSOP main event champs here. Come on, man. This is legit. All right. Cool. Thank you for the information, Solas. I didn't know that. See, I'm behind the times. I need to do more casting. We have a top set for Alexandros.
Liking out that a little bit more with top set. Carlos, in a weird spot.
You okay, Rebecca? I don't know what that sound was.
Now flopped a pretty strong hand on a board that's not supposed to hit him too often, being the 3-better.
I think everything's okay. Top set versus top pair. Let's go. This could be a thing. I mean, it's such a cooler for Carlos having the 7 here. Not very fun. We don't know much about Carlos either, to be honest. Alexandros Kolonias, winner of the World Series of Poker Europe main event from Greece, #1 on the Greece all-time money list. Never been to Greece, man. Have you guys been? I'd love to go.
Here we go. He does come out with a check raise, and it's not pretty horrible for Carlos.
Check raise from Alexandros. Now action back on Carlos. I don't think you can go anywhere if you're Carlos here. I like the bet of 80,000. I think it's fine. And then now when you get check raised so small, I think you call and see a turn. You know, it's probably not a spot where you want to shove here. Best case scenario, when you shove all in and you get called, you're up against 2 overs and a flush draw. Worst case scenario, you're up against a set or an overpair. So you can't just lay down here. You can't bet fold top pair in these situations. But it is not fun for Carlos. Carlos is having a terrible time. Turn is the 8 of hearts. Alexandros has 572,000 left in his stack. There's 616,000 in the middle. You could go for the shove here. But then again, this is live poker, so you kind of can bet a weird sizing. It's not necessary that your opponent is going to know exactly how much is in the pot at all times. So online, I think you just go for the shove, right? But live, I like this bet. I think it's really good from Alexandros because I think it's going to get a higher frequency of calls than an all-in is. And now Carlos is in a difficult spot. I mean, we can see the hands. But let's just pretend we can't see the set of 7s. You flop top pair. You get small check raised,
Carl's gonna
and
call
now
for this
your
bet.
opponent bets 200,000
Maybe
into a pot of 600K. You only have to call 200K to win 816,000. You know, you're getting 4-to-1 odds. So
very good.
I wouldn't fault Carlos for feeling like he's getting bullied here, but he does make a good fold on the turn, and Alexandros takes it down. I like that. That was a good hand, man. That was a good hand. From Greece. Oh, nice. Nice, man. What's up? I missed the split vibes. Yeah, dude. I imagine the countryside would be similar. I don't know if the countries are similar, like, culturally, but I very much missed the split vibes as well. I will go back there for sure. I'll go back there. I would have bet less. 200K is too much. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but then it's also like he's betting 1/3 of pot out of position. You know what I mean? Like, are we suggesting betting 1/4 or 1/5 pot out of position? Then we start giving a good price to a lot of hands. I really like how both players played that hand. I would have played it. I don't know if I would have played it the same way, but if I was thinking how I'm thinking now, I would have played it the same way. Faraz Jaka now, a legend of the game. I had the opportunity to hang out with Faraz Jaka a little bit last year in the Bahamas. Exactly 1 year ago, right now. Really nice guy. Really cool guy. Big fan of him. So he's going to raise it up here on the button, and Angelko is going to call on the big blinds. We go to an ace-8-8 flop. Now we can see Faraz has the best of it by a small amount. And the way that Party Poker does the percentages is that when it's a split pot, it doesn't display that equally. It splits the split pot. So you can see, like, Faraz has 30%, Angelko has 11%, and 60% of the time is going to be a split, but it splits it up into 30-30. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but there you go. Hair like Kramer. Yeah, we got a bit going on here with the hair. Check in the flop. I think this one's going to check down. There's no reason for Faraz to bet here. You're not folding anything better, and you're not protecting from enough things to make it a good bet. What's up, Flavis Pro Prison? Thank you. I will have a great day. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, man. Welcome. We're going to start doing this every Friday for sure. We might do it even more. Honestly, like if people like it, we might add it to the stream a bit more and a bit more and a bit more.
His opponent's check called ace-8-8 with 2 clubs. The flush draw completes.
All right, so it is a split pot.
Can't beat anything. Call the board and chop with.
Was that a bet fold? Oh my god.
When you got a king, it's pretty unlikely he does make.
Oh yeah, because of the chop, the double paired board. Sorry, I was behind reading the chat. Right, board pairs. You get a bluff from this opponent, and Faraz has to make a decision. Do I call off to win half the pot back in a chop, or is it possible for my opponent to have an ace? I mean, the math really sucks when you're calling for split pots. Like, it makes it a lot worse. You don't want to call for split pots very often, but that one seemed so safe, so I don't know. Sorry, I kind of missed some of the context on that.
It's quite the place if you haven't managed to get down here this year or last.
Folds around to Alexandros, who is going to raise it up to 20,000 from under the gun plus 2.
Coming in for a raise once more. This time ace jack off.
Ooh, an Angelko in the small blind with ace queen. Kind of an interesting one here. Do you want to re-raise for value, or do you just want to call with ace queen offsuit? I think you can go both ways depending on your opponent, what you think about them. And that is a 3-bet to 76,000.
So deep.
All right. Hello from Australia. What's up, Dracaris? Dracaris, what's up? And I don't fault the call here from Alexandros. Very deep stacked, right? Very, very deep stacked in this pot. They both have 1.1 million. There's only 224,000 in the middle right now, so big pot. Queen, Jack, 10. Angelko. originally Serbian, living in the U.S., flops the top pair top kicker, and Alexandros flops second pair top kicker. So Angelico is going to go for a continuation here, 65K. Queen Bee 902 dropping 50 months. The big 5-0. Welcome back to the team, Queen Bee. Thank you so much. Get some hearts out in the chat. I'm real time, so I'm going to drop a heart as well. Thank you very much, Queen Bee. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome back. So if you're Angelico, you re-raised ace-queen pre-flop. You're very deep. You see this flop. You're happy. You flop top pair, top kicker. But you don't necessarily want to get raised or play a big pot, you know? Because you are losing to a few things. King 9 suited is reasonable. 9-8 suited is reasonable. Queen Jack, Queen 10, and Jack 10. It's all possible for Alexandros to have those hands. It's not necessarily likely, but it's possible, right? So you feel good, but cautious still with ace-queen. And with the ace-jack, it's kind of the way where you're just like, well, I'm beating a few hands, but not many. You know, call one, you have a gut shot, you do have a second pair. Jack might be good, ace might be good. You know, king is going to be good for a chop or the win. But you don't love your life. So when Angelico bets again here on the turn, 175,000, I think Alexandros should get away from their hands. The sorts of bluffs he's hoping for is like diamond draws, right? Ace-X of diamonds. Or like king-X suited bluffs as well. But there's just not too many, so I think Alexandros should fold here. Let's see if he gets away. It's easy when we can see the cards, of course. But he does fold. Good one. So the main table or the final table or only table in this tourney from Hamp de Champ. This is actually day 1A of coverage, so this is quite an extensive tournament. There's a lot of coverage of this event. There's 1A, 1B, day 2, day 3, and then the final table on day 4. So 5 total days of coverage. And we're going to be going through the whole tournament over the next couple months is the plan from right now all the way through to completion and see all the hands, you know? So, yeah, that's the plan. This is day 1A. I mean, obviously, like, there's no money on the line right now, really. Of course, this is a $10,000 buy-in, so there is money, but they're not playing for it right now. It's really just deep stack poker, should be some interesting spots, and a very interesting lineup as well. Michael Gagliano, Faraz Jaka, Ryan Reese, very well-known players at the table. You have a World Series of Poker Europe champion, Alexandros, at the table. So, yeah, should be good. Faraz raises it up with the ace-jack. Adrius is going to call in the big blind with 5-3 suited.
In the big blind with 5-3 at diamonds.
All right. Interesting flop. This is not so good for Faraz Jaka. I mean, he has the best hand right now, but he's got to be a little bit worried on the 10-10-7. Adrius is going to have more 10s than Faraz does because he calls in the big blind, which means he has a wide range. And then Faraz also has ace-jack with the backdoor clubs, but you don't love your situation. So if I'm Faraz here, I check. And Adrius, of course, with a flush draw. Oof. When Faraz bets, I really like a raise here from Adrius, but he quickly calls. No, he does raise. There we go to 50,000. Okay, there it is. I like the raise here. Adrius has more 10s than Faraz does, as we mentioned, so it's just like a good spot to represent trips, even though you have a 5-high flush draw. Faraz goes for the bet call. All right. Gangster. 3 of clubs on the turn. This is interesting because Adrius now has a pair. So maybe a pair is good sometimes. We can see it actually is good here. And Faraz picks up a flush draw to go along with his hands. So I don't know what's going to happen here. If I'm Adrius, I think I continue bluffing. Yeah. And there it is. A bet of 100K, I think. 75,000. Okay. Because even though you pick up the pair, you're beating very few things that decide to bet call. He does happen to be up against one of them at this point. But I think Adrius thinks he's bluffing, and then Faraz picking up the flush draw has an easy call here. This river should be very interesting on a brick. It is the deuce of clubs. Oh my god, man. Now, Adrius has a decision because the diamond draws missed and all the straight draws missed, like the 9-8, the jack-9, the jack-8, the 8-6, the 6-9, right? Which are all hands Adrius can go for a check raise. as a bluff on the flop. So on the deuce of clubs river, it doesn't complete any of those, which means Adrius has a lot of bluffs left in his range. Now we can see Faraz obviously makes a flush, and I don't think Adrius can call here against a Faraz bet. You got to think, raise pre-flop, bet the flop, called a raise, called the turn, and now bets the river. I don't think you can call if you're Adrius. What an interesting hand, though. This is why it's fun to watch deep stack poker sometimes, because it's just like there's so many things to think about, so many different factors. Yo, what's up, Griffs? How's it going, man? Pretty sweet learning experience getting access to hole cards like this. Yeah, dude. It's really nice getting to cast this stuff. And I think people enjoy watching it, but Faraz bets 400k and Adrius folds. There it is. There it is.
Both players.
Is the video for the tourney delayed, or can they pause this if possible? Find out the whole cards. Kappa. Champ the champ. Kappa HD. We're on a 2-month delay. We're on a 2-month delay. Dealer has nice hair. I haven't even noticed the dealer's hair, to be honest. I haven't noticed it. Starting stack 1 million. 5 LUT Extreme. 1 million. So this is day 1A of the event. Ryan Reese is going to raise it up on the button with the suited king. And Michael Gagliano in the big blinds. Folds. We don't know. We don't know. Ah, I see the dealer's hair now. I see it. How could you not notice? I'm in the streaming zone, man. I need to be more perceptive. It's cool. It is cool. So I've never been to that resort in the Bahamas. I've been to the Atlantis a lot, like 4 times, I think. But I've never been to Baha Mar, which is a new resort. So I'm sure I'll get there at some point. Someday I'll get there. All right. Faraz Jaka with the suited ace. Beautiful.
Back of last year's success and wants to guarantee. A lot of new faces here this year.
Raise it up under the gun +1. That's it. 2 raise and takes it. Jimmy, are you hoping to be a commentator in the future? I mean, maybe. Jim Led, maybe. I'm not doing this to like practice or to let anyone know that I can. I just think it's good poker content, you know? Like, I think if you take an average sampling of the world's population and ask them which they're going to enjoy watching more, a live poker tournament like this or online poker, they're going to choose this. That doesn't mean online poker is a worse game or anything like that. And I like to play poker, so I can't obviously do that doing commentary here. But I think it's a really good tool to hopefully get some more people interested in trying online poker, which most of us know here that are in the chat right now is so much fun and a great game worth trying. So it's like it's an entry tool, right? It's the top of the funnel. It's an entry tool for people here on Twitch to discover my stream and then hopefully like want to watch me play online poker. It's content, man. It's nice. Like it is, sometimes it's tough, like grinding a ton of hours of online high stakes tournaments. So this is like very stress-free for me. It's like, there's nothing at stake. We're just watching some beasts. As it's 3 raise and take it's in a row. Come on, mix it up.